We are Marina City, and you're watching In the Circle Media.
Nailed it!
Alright, so what I want you guys to do is I want you to say what your name is, how old you are, what you do in the band, and if you had to eat just one specific food for the rest of your life, what it would be.
Okay.
Well, I'm Brian. I'm 28 years old. I play rhythm guitar and sing in the band. And if I had to eat one thing for the rest of my life, it really sucks because I'm gluten-free. But if I could actually eat something that I can't eat, I'd probably have to eat Nutella for the rest of my life.
Nutella?
I can't actually eat that too, so that's great.
Alright, so I'm Ryan. I'm the lead vocalist in the band. How old do you think I am?
25?
20. Oh my god! 29.
Damn.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm 22.
He's 47.
I'm 22, and if I was to eat one food all the time, I have to go with my heritage. It would be burritos, tacos,
Burrito.
just Mexican burritos would be fine.
My name is Toder, and I play lead guitar in the band. I'm 24 years old, and I like moussaka, which is Bulgarian. It's really good.
It's pet dog.
Not just dog, pet dog.
Testing previously owned.
Alright.
I'm Eric. I play drums. I am 26, and I'm gonna. Yeah, no. I'm gonna have to go like fat cat. I'm gonna say ice cream. But like Ben and Jerry.
I would have said ice cream like 3-4 years when I was younger.
It's not food.
I would have said that, but now you.
Back when you were 26
When
and
I was
29.
But you know, like I need nutrition, and that's why you go with burritos. You get
Or
corn
Nutella.
tortillas. You get corn tortillas, which your corn intake.
And I can eat that, so hell yeah.
Well, this should be tacos. Meat, you need meat. Cilantro, you need your vegetables. And onions, you need your vegetables. And cheese, maybe a little dairy in there.
I was gonna go pop punk and say pizza.
We're not a pop punk band. We're a burrito loving band.
Alright, so then when did you begin Marina City?
Okay, so it's a weird question because like.
Dark and stormy.
Well, yeah. So, I was a solo act, and I was called Ryan Allen at the time. I was signed to a production deal. They were trying to make me the next Justin Bieber, and we needed a backing band. So each guy in the band, besides Aaron and Toder, this is before them, were a backing member of the band. And then when the deal was kind of ending, and I could decide whether or not I wanted to do it again, it's like I'm not really feeling this. I want to write new music, write a new thing. What do you guys? We became really good friends. We wanted to write together, so we're like, let's just start something new. We created Marina City. About 2011, we were writing and kind of just talking to each other about it. But it was 2012 when we actually came out, went full. We went right into it, had a show and everything. So we say 2012 is when we came out, and then we got Aaron about like a couple months later, and then we got Toder just last year. So we just finalized the lineup of the band 3 years later. So.
And then what inspired you to be a musician?
I mean, when I was younger, we used to have huge garage shows back in my house, and I mean, all of our scene at that time when I was in high school there was a lot of punk bands, a lot of like cool local shows that like literally just like made me want to be a musician because I saw those dudes having so much fun, and like it was just like the atmosphere was so great, and I just wanted to play music after that. It was just way too cool to see that and be a part of it. So
yeah, for me, I didn't really come from like a punk background at all. Like I grew up at 3 years old. I was singing and dancing and like really into NSYNC when I was like 5, 7, and everything else. And like I got really into pop music when I was younger, and then I started getting into rock music when I got older, and then I wanted to fuse them together. But like music is always like I've never wanted to do anything else. There's like every teacher would ask, "What do you want to be? A musician or an actor, a dancer? I want to do this stuff." There's never been a time when I wanted to do anything that made sense. So it's always been. I just want to struggle for the rest of my life.
For myself, my friends forced me into playing instruments, so that's cool. Yeah, it worked out pretty nicely.
oh, story time. That was a long story.
Yeah, all my family were artists, so my mom and dad are writers, and my grandpa was a painter. And I started out doing like drawings and stuff, but I couldn't like really very well. So I like tried the drums once, and I was like, oh, I think I can do this. And then I couldn't for a very long time, and then
Your
What do
entire
you get your
life.
friend's voice?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, it was like this. We had a
Oh,
talent
that's
show.
cool, guy.
I just put on the leather jacket for
All right, say your name, your age, and if you had to eat a food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
All right, my name's Aaron. I'm 23. I don't know, pizza?
We got it! We got it!
We started working to say pizza because we were a pop punk band.
Dang it!
Language, Aaron! Oh my god! Did you say dang it? I said it too.
Dang it. That's what I said.
All right, cool.
So what has the reaction been so far for your new album?
Well,
Good.
serious in our lives.
Well, then you can always go to school.
Always go back to
You
school.
can always be a doctor. It's
No,
never
actually-
too late.
Actually, it's been really awesome. I mean, we're playing the Rape today with 7 Minutes in Heaven and the Millennium.
It's either.
And it's either. So, like, we wouldn't have been able to do that with this record. A lot of people have been really liking it so far. We like it, so that's it for us. Our parents like it. You know, we're just trying to go as far as we possibly can with this record. And we kept saying, like, before we recorded, we're like, we're gonna write the best thing we can possibly do and then just leave it all on the table and see what happens. So far, so good. We're going to CMJ. That wouldn't have happened without this. And we're doing some pretty cool stuff in the rest of the year. So thank you all so much for supporting Wanderlust.
Yes.
Cheese. And what do you think has been your biggest accomplishment so far?
World tour, I guess.
Yeah, Warped Tour was a
Show-wise, yeah.
Yeah, you know, Warped Tour would be on the top list, but I gotta say our last headlining show. We've had sold out headlining shows before, which have been really cool, but we had a show at Reggie's Rock House, and it was like over 300 people, almost hit capacity. But what was super cool about the show was that like everyone knew our words.
Yeah.
Everyone was screaming louder than we were. Like there's videos on YouTube where we're like, oh sweet, we can hear how well we sounded. We can't hear us at all because of the people singing, which is so cool. So like, yeah, Warped Tour for me, like that was a dream come true. But the bigger one was like people really loving our music and caring about what we were doing, and people wanting to see us. That was really cool for me.
Just means the world does.
So what would you say would be the most eye-opening moment then?
This is freaking hard.
Warped tour.
Yeah, we were 10. Yeah, I mean, Warped Tour is pretty like wow, this could actually.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think to me, like, how we got onto Warped Tour was probably the coolest thing. Because seeing the comments that people like talked about us on the Ernie Ball like message thing, like that's what got us onto Warped Tour, and just hearing like people pour their hearts out about how much they like loved us and really care about like our songs and music, and it's like us as people, like that to me opened my eyes to how much like our fan base like really cared about what.
yeah, there was a lot of comments on other bands' pages like vote for them, but like people were like, let me tell you a story about how this band may have changed my life or impacted me, and it's like, wow,
Yeah, it was like
it's
an
more than
example
music.
of how their life was affected.
Yeah.
through Marina City.
Yeah, it's easy. I feel like it's easy for us to like sit here and be like sometimes we get kind of like down and we're like, oh, we should be like touring the country nonstop right now. But then to see that kind of stuff, it's like, oh,
But we're making it. We're doing something.
Yeah, it's impacting.
We're
lives.
impacting people, which
Yeah.
is like so many people impact us. The fact that we're like here right now playing a show, having an interview with you guys is because of fans and stuff like that. And it's just cool that we can give back in the sense that we impact them as well. So.
So then what I want you guys to do now is if you could each impersonate each other's like stage moves. And then since Matt isn't here, if someone wants to do Matt's moves as
Okay,
well.
I'll do
Let's
that.
do
Out of the
total.
way because
I
that's
got toast.
dangerous.
can I do Ryan?
Here's Matt.
I'll do Eric. I'll do Eric.
All right, fine, I got Brian.
do Matt.
All right, so this is Matt. Oh, that's it.
Alright, you gonna go?
All right, Brian. Oh.
The 1 foot.
What's up?
Alright, here's Toter playing in the back, playing some power chords. Waits to go to the front, plays his guitar song, and then goes in the back.
That's it.
Okay. Oh no. Eric. There goes my stick. I tried.
And then Ryan has the tongue out vocal technique. And then the crazy stop dance moves.
Yeah.
Like super interpretive. And then Aaron is like,
It's like this.
Aaron.
There's this one time where I was singing here and I like moved out of nowhere someplace and he was like, I get the spotlight now. And then he runs and then I come back for a second. He was like, oh no.
Like the go-to Aaron is this.
Yeah. And then split. And that's Marina City in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You can find us at marinacityband.com. You can find us on Facebook.com/MarinaCityBand, Twitter.com/MarinaCityBand, YouTube.com/MarinaCityBand, Instagram.com/MarinaCityBand. Everything Marina City Band, however, we are simply just called Marina City. Don't get that wrong.
Wait, who's the lead guitarist of Guns N' Roses?
Slash! Marina City Band.